А вот она, русская техника наша, работает!
This is the moment of the downing of a Russian Su-25 fighter jet, which was shown by the Ukrainian 110th Mechanized Brigade. The brigade recently announced several downings of such fighter jets. Keep up the good work. We got damage confirmation of the recent ATAC-MS strike on a S-400 air defense complex in the occupied Donetsk region. Satellite images confirms several pieces such as launchers and a radar belonging to an S-400 air defense system were destroyed. Let's continue with the destruction of a Russian-installed checkpoint on the occupied left bank of the Kherson region. And this is hilarious. Evacuation of wounded Russian terrorists on a motorcycle with a coffin as a sidecar. Multitasking. Very useful. They will need it later anyway. Just look at this rag army, which is resembling a Mad Max movie. We think that ISIS and Taliban squads were much better equipped. Way to go. The UK and other allies are secretly buying Soviet weapons around the world to replenish Ukraine's stockpiles. The Times published a news article stating that the UK and its allies have been covertly purchasing Soviet weapons, along with probable ammunition, from various locations worldwide. This bears some resemblance to the Czech artillery initiative, albeit for different systems. Similar efforts have been undertaken previously, and I have consistently advocated for such actions. Ukraine requires shells with Soviet calibers, missiles, spare parts for its Soviet air defense systems, and various other essential supplies. The Western nations should methodically acquire all available Soviet equipment and provide it to Ukraine. This strategy will provide a buffer period while our own production capacity grows, and it should be complemented with long-term procurement agreements. Sweden allows Ukraine to strike on Russian territory with its supplied weapons. Ukraine is subject to an unprovoked and illegal war of aggression by Russia. Ukraine has the right under international law to defend itself through acts of war directed against the territory of the opponent, as long as the acts of war comply with the laws of war. Sweden supports international law and Ukraine's right to defend itself, Defense Minister Pål Jonson said. The White House has already started informal discussions about the decision to allow Ukraine to use US-supplied weapons on Russian territory. The problem so far is that decisions there are made by a team that currently lacks consensus. But there is pressure from all sides. There are chances, so we are not slowing down. Head of the permanent delegation of Ukraine to the NATO Parliamentary Assembly, Yehor Chernev, said. Baltic members of parliament warned German government representatives that if the Russians managed to achieve a strategic breakthrough in eastern Ukraine, because the West is only half-heartedly helping Ukraine, the Baltic states and Poland would not wait until Russian troops were deployed on their border. They would send troops into Ukraine themselves. Another day, another assault on Chasiv Yar by Russian invaders, but the Ukrainian Kraken unit managed to inflict heavy losses on Russian column. 1 BMD, T-72B3M, T-90M, ProRive 3, and a lot of personnel. Special military operation in Belgorod is in full swing. The situation in Belgorod is dramatic.
пофоткали. Я говорю, я не пофоткала красивая. Черт, нафиг! Где, блин, это вонючее укрытие?
In Yakutsk, the wounded who refuse to go back to the war in Ukraine are held by force in a pre-trial detention center. 28 people are held in cramped cells. They are subjected to physical force and torture and are not allowed to go to the toilet. And all this happens to the shaman's song, I'm Russian, which is played at full volume. Samara, Russia, was quarantined due to Malta fever. Epidemiologists have discovered a disease that causes memory loss and hallucinations. Fever is transmitted through poorly processed animal products such as meat, milk, and cheese. Samara cheeses and cottage cheese are sold throughout Russia.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.